Hey guys, so I want to talk about a little secret that when you understand can really shave off a lot of your suffering. So you're probably watching this video because you're into self-help, you feel like you need to change something about yourself, you're interested in enlightenment, you're maybe just not happy. And what I'm about to point to can really help you in that area. So, like most people, you're probably dealing with something, whether you're overweight, maybe you drink a lot of alcohol, you do drugs, God forbid. Um, you play a lot of video games. You're not loving enough. You're not kind enough. You're not happy enough. Um, there's some sort of self blame or judgment or already conceived belief that these are problems to begin with. Now, you might say, like, hey, wait, well, yeah, those are problems. Uh, Drinking a lot of alcohol is a problem. Um, Not having a job is a problem. Not being in a relationship is a problem. I play too many video games. I'm not happy enough. These are just what they are. They're not inherently problems. They're just what they are. Now, really try and let that in. They're not problems. There's nothing to be ashamed about. The only thing that's going on here is either society is saying these things are issues and you're believing them, or you just believe them because you believe them. They're not true to begin with. Full stop. They're not true to begin with. And when you can let that in, it can change your life radically. Because there's a lot of shame and blame and frustration around these issues I just mentioned. Um, Not having a job, drinking, alcohol, drugs, video games, all these things are like have some sort of negative connotation in society to some degree from somebody. And we internalize them. I know I did with like video games, even drugs and alcohol, even though I never really drank alcohol. Like there was just this automatic connotation somewhere in my psyche that these were problems. And if I was doing them, there was something wrong with me. And it just wasn't true. It just wasn't true. They're just what they are. And when you can see that, you can just stop the blame and shame game. You can just go, oh yeah, I'm doing these things. And don't get me wrong, you don't want to become an alcoholic. You don't want to remain one. You don't want to be addicted for the rest of your life. But if that's where you're at, that's where you're at. You just got to fully accept where you're at. Maybe you play a lot of video games. Maybe you're overweight. Maybe you haven't had a relationship and you get a lot of reflection of like, oh, there's something wrong with you because of that. I mean, no. There's nothing wrong with any of those. There may be some health in like changing some of those things. I mean, like particularly like drugs, alcohol, uh, being overweight. Those things do have ramifications on one's health generally. Smoking, but they're not problems. There's nothing wrong with you if you're involved with that right now, to whatever extreme. But yes, those things can be addressed, and depending on the degree in which you're involved, probably should just for your own health. They're probably causing suffering in some other way, like maybe not the self blame game, which I'm pointing to, but like your health may be deteriorating. Um, they may be causing mood swings. There's just a lot of different ways in which issues can cause suffering, like as I said, alcohol, drugs in particular, being overweight. But you see, the blame game is totally on you, and that's something that can free up a lot of your energy. Because when you're involved in the blame and shame and believing that these are problems and that you're a bad person, it makes it much harder to actually make the change. And if you do go making the change, make sure you do it gradually, because if you do something too fast, um, your system just doesn't have time to calibrate, or recalibrate rather. So again, you want to address these things at some point, but you also want to just totally get rid of this energy draining shame blame game. And that comes back to you realizing that there isn't an inherent problem in these particular issues and in many particular issues to begin with. They're just as what's happening. There's just as what you are. There's many reasons for those particular activities to be happening, but none of them make you a problem. None of them are your fault. None of them are you to be shameful about. And when you can start to see this, you can actually start to apply it to others, because whether you realize it or not, you're probably judging others on those same things, and you're perpetuating a certain kind of judgment, hate game in your own mind, which is, again, coming back to you and your own internal experience of suffering and what you may be causing another person in your shaming, blaming. So I hope you can see that, because again, life, God, your dog, your cat isn't judging you on these same things that you are. It's only human society. So I hope you take that with you. I hope you let it in. I hope you keep coming back to this video if it's something that you didn't quite get, or if you got something and then you forgot it, because this will take you very far if you're really interested in not suffering, in happiness, in joy, in creating a better world, or a less suffering world. So with that, I hope you have a great day and take care.